have transferred to our new radio station, KINF, and we are so pleased to be a part of this new station and part of Impact Radio, because we want to help make an impact on all of our listeners and your health. The Peace of Mind Radio has been around for 4 years, and we are so delighted to be starting our 5th year right here at KINF 730 on the AM dial. And let me tell you just a little bit about Peace of Mind in case you are new and you haven't been one of our followers. Peace of Mind is we are dedicated to empowering our listeners to become more savvy healthcare consumers. We provide local and folks from around the world come on our show. We interview a lot of authors, different doctors, healthcare providers around the world, both natural and allopathic, and we try to find a balance and a mix because it is important to be able to look at all aspects of life to bring them together to find a balanced peace. And the reason that we call our show Peace of Mind is that we talk about those many pieces. We actually spell it P-I-E-C-E. If you'd like to check out our website, we have tons of information on our website, including over 150 shows, podcasts, which are very easy to listen to. Our new website is POMR.info for Peace of Mind Radio. .info. Should be easy and lots of great information. Just click on the little microphone on the front page and that'll take you directly to our library of podcast pages. So typically I do a little bit of, during the week I research and find bits and pieces of information and like to share those. Then we do a self-talk tip and a spotlight on wellness. So I don't have time today to do all of our spotlights of our little tips, but one of the things that I found is this time of year with a lot of mosquitoes, feverfew is a wonderful plant. It's really quite cute. Many people actually have it and don't know how good it is. They have it in their garden. It's almost like a weed, and it is an extremely wonderful flower for helping with bruises and insect bites, and also is a good insect repellent. All you do is just break off the leaves of the flowers, crush them a little bit, and rub them on your skin. It's wonderful. We'll be talking about more of those. That is our Spotlight on Wellness, brought to you by Laramille Subaru. Again, we want to thank Laramille Subaru for being the sponsor of our Spotlight on Wellness. And we are going to go to our self-talk tip. We do a self-talk tip every week because the information or the way that we talk to ourselves affects every single relationship that we have, and so we know that self-talk is really important. This self-talk tip is called being a bouncy ball. Alrighty, good morning. Again, you're listening to KINF 730 News Radio program, and this is my interview with our guest. Today we have with us Bill Stafford, and he is from All About Water right here in Idaho. He works in Meridian. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Brenda.
Alrighty. There is so much about water that is so important, and people often, we just kind of take water for granted because we turn on the sink and it comes out.
So true.
And most of us don't really worry. Many people in all parts of the world, or many parts of the world, especially third world parts, really have to be very cautious about water because water can carry a lot of pathogens and a lot of disease. But here in America, we don't think about that much.
No, that's really true. We really are fortunate. We do take it for granted. We do have certain contaminants in municipal wells and different well systems and water systems, but not anywhere near critical like you say, other parts of the world. Filtration that takes the water through a number of different processes. Actually, every filter that's really available, we use it, and including ultraviolet for any kind of bacteria. That's our last stage that we go through. But we go through multiple filters, block carbon filters, and reverse osmosis, and then we build the water back up through proprietary mineral filters. That's why it has such a good clean taste, and it's not void of minerals like a distilled water would be.
Yeah, because distilled water is actually not all that healthy for us.
That's certainly in question, but I think the latest research I just read was the fact that, yes, distilled water is really good if you're going through a cleanse.
Right.
Because it's void of everything, will tend to try to pick up heavy metals that could be toxic in your body. But for long term, I would probably say that wouldn't be a good idea.
Okay. Ready?
Good morning. You are listening to KINF 730 News Radio. I'm your host, Brenda Harper, and this is Peace of Mind, the program where we talk about the many pieces of physical, intellectual, and emotional health and how they all fit together to help us find that elusive peace of mind.
Which most of our diet is made up of, is like cheese, bread, and nuts, which is in the 40% and even down as far as nuts, 5% moisture. Eating water content foods and drinking juices, fresh squeezed juices, does give you some of that fluid that you need, but again, those are solutions of and not the best cleansing. You still need to make sure you drink plenty of water. And to digress just a little bit back to giving some kind of what I do is I have a gallon bottle of water, and I don't necessarily drink that whole gallon, but it gives me a measurement because I get at least 2 quarts a day. And then you need to judge by how you feel, and like we talked before, where your body has a natural mechanism to tell you when you're thirsty. You need to start listening to that and feeling that, and getting back into the fact that we need to listen to our bodies.
And that's one of the things, many folks, when they are feeling thirsty, they will eat instead of drink. And that's why water is very helpful in dieting. Just being aware that we do need to be drinking water. Juicing, if you don't have a juicer, is just eating the vegetables kind of the next best thing?
Well, most definitely. And there's different, typically in vegetables, the fresh vegetables are the best fruits and vegetables. The next best thing would be if you get them, if you have to eat frozen ones, that's probably the best because they usually flash freeze.
5138. Positive Change Hypnosis Center in Boise. Don't take our word for it. Gary will tell you.
Yes, it works. Ready?
Hello there. Thank you for listening to Peace of Mind Radio. We are on 730 KINF News Radio. We are so excited to be here, part of Impact Radio. We are wanting to make an impact on our community's health and wellness. And my guest today is Bill Stafford. We're talking about water. And
it has a number of different definitions. And it's the balance of alkalinity and acidity. Natural water coming from natural sources will have what we call buffers, the calcium, magnesium, manganese, which would raise the pH level of water. But on the other hand, you can take and make it more alkaline. You can take water, clean water, and add bleach to it, and your alkaline level will go up. So the pH is really a very delicate place to be looking at, and people get misguided on how to judge that.
okay, and some people even think that just drinking elevated pH water will change your pH of your body. I did not personally find that to be true.
Well, it would if the pH was raised, again, with minerals. Then your body would absorb the minerals, would buffer the body, and you would be more alkaline. Just like if you juiced, you would become more alkaline because juice is very alkaline. And so that's a natural way to do it. Some of the devices that are out on the market, if they force the water to be a certain pH, that's not the same thing at all, and doesn't have anything to do with changing the body's pH. It'll change the urine pH temporarily, and then whatever's in the bladder.
Okay. But
I mean, we've been given everything we need to be healthy, and it's not that hard to be healthy. People, I think, get overwhelmed. I think what happens is people think about exercise, which you should do, certain times through the week. People get overwhelmed with thinking they have to work out for a couple hours and just kill themselves, and that's not necessarily true. Just a simple thing like a walk or even a stepper, whatever you can do as far as activity and not be so sedentary, you'd be much better off drinking good fluids and eating live foods. That is probably the biggest thing to do, is make sure you eat live foods. In Meridian, that's on the corner of Cherry and Linder. Phone number is 855-2777. We're there 6 days a week, so we're there for any kind of questions. Even if you don't not get anything, just call. We'll try to answer any questions for you.
And you know, you guys really have great water. You can also get it at night. You can just stop by and you have a dispenser. It's 45 cents a gallon. It is absolutely terrific. Of course, I like to use the kind of bottles that you guys use, which are toxic-free. All right, so again, I want to thank you for being part of our program today, and I want to remind you that life is a series of struggles sprinkled with moments of joy, and he or she that gathers those moments best enjoy the journey most. We do hope that you will find many moments of joy this week, and that you'll join us right back here next week on 7:30 KINF or Peace of Mind Radio.